guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode with the Abroad Affair. And in today's episode, we are joined by the extremely talented painter who's also known for creating the world's largest painting on canvas. Please welcome Sacha Jafris.
Yes, big claps. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Good to see you.
Lovely to meet you. I heard a lot about
Have you? Is it okay?
It's all good.
Okay, good.
It's all very good information.
Good. Good info.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you are this world-recognized painter, but why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Like what sort of stuff? What do you want to know?
Everything. Like, how did you get into art, and who is Sacha besides art?
Who am I? I have no idea. But how did I get into art? I can tell. So, how do I explain that? Right. I started as a little kid, as most people do in life, and I was heavily dyslexic. I still am, but I was heavily dyslexic.
Oh.
And I also have synesthesia, which is when your senses are muddled up. So you see sound, you hear color, etc. So my senses are muddled up. I'm heavily dyslexic. And I started as a very frustrated child, obviously. I couldn't make sense of the world. I looked at people, I couldn't make sense of people, couldn't make sense of emotions, couldn't make sense of the world in front of me. And the only time I could make sense of the world was when I was painting. So I paint not because I love it, but through necessity, complete necessity. It's the only way I can make sense of the world. I don't really like people very much. Right. I love animals, and I like kids because they're pure.
Aww.
So up to about the age of 5, we're all good, and then it all goes horribly wrong.
Okay, I've actually got a question. And so when you paint, do you paint by moods?
I paint. It's very particular how I do it. I get in a state of surrender. So I believe that's the whole thing with AI, and people say, "Oh, can AI take over? Is it going to threaten the artist, etc.?" Well, no, it can't ever, because creation comes from a place of intention. Real creation, real artistry, art comes from a place of intention, pure intention, with love and empathy and compassion. That's intention, and a place of surrender. AI has nothing to surrender to. What can AI surrender to? Nothing. Knowledge, well, that's not surrendering. So we can surrender to a higher power, to something spiritual, something celestial, something outside ourselves. Universal consciousness, let's call it, or whatever we want to call it. We each have our own idea of what we're surrendering to, but we can surrender to that. And that's what I do. I get in a very deep meditative state, very deep. My brainwaves go into theta. You can't create in theta because it's a contradiction. It's a state of surrender. You can't really create in a state of surrender. Mozart did it, Beethoven did it, but no artists have done it. So in theta. So I found they tested my brain, put pads on it, and they found that my brainwaves went into theta. That became quite interesting to me. So I focused on meditating and getting to this very deep meditative state. So I'm in a trance. Once I'm in that trance, I tap into the subconscious. But if your subconscious is empty, there's nothing there. So I spend my conscious time connecting with people and emotions. So we think there's a few hundred emotions. There's an infinite number of emotions, because every split second you're feeling another emotion. But you don't connect with it, because if you did, you'd be exhausted.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You'd be absolutely exhausted. I try and connect with as many of those emotions as I can, so that when I go into that deep state of meditation, that trance, I can tap into those nuances of different emotions, and I can release them onto canvas with pure intention. That's the point. You have to purify.
So you don't have an idea. Let's say you have to paint something for someone. Let's say
A commission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say the King of Denmark.
Okay, why not?
Yeah,
right?
just because.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you're a Dane.
Because
Yeah.
the Vikings.
Yeah. They're cool.
They are, aren't they? Honestly.
They're so
We're
cool.
both Scandinavians. So.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you were Dutch.
I'm Danish.
You're Danish.
Yeah.
Okay. You are
There
a
we go.
Dane, yeah.
So you don't have an idea of what you're gonna go in and just paint for him.
So yeah, I do one commission a year. That's it.
Right.
Purposely. Because if you spend for me anyway, if I spend too much time doing commissions, I'm losing what I'm about as an artist, my journey. And I don't really, like I said, I don't paint because I want to. I paint because I have to.
Right.
So I'm dealing with stuff, clearly, when I'm painting. I mean...
Boy got issues.
Yeah, right. Boy got issues. So, but I quite love the issues, and I quite love delving into them and finding out about them because they're rich and they're what life's about. But I only do one commission a year. And most of the time, therefore, I'm creating a collection. I have no clue what that collection will be. No clue.
All right.
I will tap into an emotion. I won't be able to explain it to you or describe it to you, but I'll see it. Like I see emotion in color. And I will get in this deep meditative state, and I have a huge canvas on the floor, and the first thing I'll see is a ball of color in the middle of the canvas. And it'll be like this, and it'll rotate. And that will be an emotion. And from there, because I'm in this very deep meditative state, it's almost like my eyes are closed, I'll be pushing line, mark, color, shape, form, boom, boom, pushing it all out of the middle. And then by the end, it'll be this finished canvas, but it'll be like 1,000 layers on top of each other. Very rich tapestry of layers, but only one singular emotion. So that, but the whole collection will be on that emotion, and a collection will be 12 paintings, and it'll take me 2 years to complete a collection.
Okay.
Yeah, whereas most artists are doing 50 to 100 paintings a year, minimum.
Right.
Yeah,
some
yeah.
200. I'm doing 12 paintings in a 2-year period, that's it. So it's very, very low.
But also, I'm thinking that you must be so exhausted.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Because I guess that you, like, how long are you in this
State
for?
I can't be in it for very long,
No.
but because it's very intense, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, most I've been in it is about 48 hours. So I've painted a painting for 48 hours non-stop.
Oh,
no sleep, no
wow.
drink, no cigarette, no water, nothing. So the issue is I can stop during painting and I can stay in that state. But I can't engage in something else because I'll be out of the state.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
to stay in it for 48 hours is pretty full on.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's full on. So that's the most I've ever been in that state. But it's very, very intense. And afterwards, I'm exhausted. And it's quite hard to come down, to come out. You know what I mean? It's like, and you feel a bit weird for a bit when you're that deep.
Yeah,
Because you're in a
yeah.
trance. Like, you can come and punch me in the face and I wouldn't be aware of it. That's how full on it is.
But you're alone.
Yeah.
You just do it
No,
alone.
but so I'll have people sometimes filming. I'll have
Oh, yeah, of course.
people in and out. I have like huge, like I've painted in the Royal Albert Hall, two to three, maybe 3,000 people watching. That's in London, the Royal Albert Hall. It's like a circular auditorium, let's call it. About 3,000 people watching. And I'm not aware of them. They don't affect me. It's because I'm completely unaware. I did the King's painting, King Charles's coronation. And there were a few thousand people walking around, looking, getting right in my space.
Yeah.
But I'm not aware of it.
Right.
Yeah,
You
because
don't
I'm gone.
hear or like
No.
nothing.
Well, yes. So what I have to do, I'm very OCD because I have to be very, very organized. So I will line up all my paints, like in color, all in their colors, sizes, put brushes all lined up. So I know, I can shut my eyes and I know exactly where each pot is, where each brush is, exactly.
Yeah.
So when I'm in that state, I'm literally flying around, grabbing, because I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
If someone moves something like 4 inches,
The drama.
there would be drama. I wouldn't know what's going on. But it's weird. I'm aware of sound, people, even talking. Like people sometimes will talk to me
Okay.
and I'll reply.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Even
but-
if you're that
But
deep into it.
the deeper I am, the better.
Oh,
I can have
wow.
a full conversation with you if I'm deep in
Do you
that
remember
trance.
that afterwards?
No, not the details.
No.
I might know, hey, I spoke to that person, but
Spoke to Steve, but
yeah, had a chat with
what
Steve.
was he?
No clue
what was
I
he on
said.
about?
It's dangerous, right?
Yeah,
Don't know what I
that's
said to
great.
Steve.
Yeah,
Steve's a good choice of name.
I know.
Yeah.
Such a good name.
Not Bill or.
You had a really good question,
Yeah,
though.
sorry
Yeah.
about the
Because-
interruption
Yeah,
earlier.
it was very rude.
better say
yeah.
it.
I apologize.
Yeah.
She got too excited.
Yeah. No, I'm very, I obviously want to know as well, you know, obviously a lot of people know you from The Journey of Humanity.
Yeah.
It gained global attention.
Yeah, it was full on.
And why don't you tell us about, like, what was your
Why not?
inspiration behind it? And what was your
So-
message?
Okay. So I believe that we're made of energy. We communicate at our most poignant and our most powerful through energy. But the energy we emit is made of our intentions. So when our intentions become questionable, when they become financially driven, ego driven, socially driven, when they become questionable, we emit static. Energy can't transmit through static, hence the breakdown of humanity. Basic terms, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Yeah. which is the problem with this massive influx of digital art, this massive influx of the digital world. It emits static. Scientifically, it is emitting static into our world. That's a problem. The only way you can get a big problem. The only way you can counterbalance all of that is huge magnets, right? But I found what was weird. Leading up to COVID, our world was full of static, and I had a real problem everywhere because I'm very sensitive to that. And I see static in color around me. It's like, God. And I just found it was very difficult, and I felt it everywhere. And it was getting thicker and thicker and thicker, and people were disconnecting more and more and more. Energy wasn't flowing. It was like disastrous. And people were becoming more ego-driven, financially driven, socially driven, because they were losing that purity of energy transmission. So they were having to go down that route, and it was getting worse and worse and worse.
Right.
So then the static left our world. COVID came. It didn't just leave one country or one continent. It left our world for the first time in probably 2 centuries, since the Industrial Revolution, maybe, let's say. So, full on, right? Suddenly the static's leaving our world. And ironically, people thought they were disconnected. They were more connected than they've ever been during COVID, because they were actually reconnecting through energy. They just weren't aware of it. So I felt this, and I thought there's an opportunity here to tap into whatever, this purity that we're feeling, and just release on canvas and see what happens. And maybe something magical will happen. And it did, which was amazing. Like, I didn't think it would. I thought maybe it will. Either way, I wanted to do it, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's how it started. And I did a lot of damage. I did a lot of damage to myself. I did a lot of damage. I went around smashing buildings. No,
COVID time.
Yeah, I painted for 11 months, non-stop, 22 hours a day. That was full on.
So you had like a bathroom break, and then you're back to
I was going to bed, right?
For 2 hours.
Covered in paint, covered, thick. Like, my skin was thick in paint. And there was no, I wasn't going to wash, right? So I would just pass out for 2 hours, and I'd wake up like this. So, weird. It was weird. Like, energized, clear, boom, right, let's go again. For 11 months. It was insane.
What happened to your family then? They were
lot went wrong.
We lost this guy.
A lot went wrong.
Yeah.
Relationships
don't. Off the rails now.
Relationships don't tend to last.
No.
So things go a bit wrong in that area. But So, but not worse, but equally physically, 2 vertebrae came out in my spine right at the bottom, and they go out like this, right?
Holy
like
cow.
discs, not vertebrae, discs, right? They go out like this.
Yeah.
And your central nervous system is here, okay?
Oh,
and if it comes out and it punches your central nervous system, you're paralyzed for life. I mean, there are things they can do nowadays, but you're paralyzed.
Yeah.
So it was really dangerous. They were worried. I had an MRI, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is close. You're close. This is dangerous." My pelvis went out of line on both axes, that way and that way.
What?
Your pelvis controls the alignment of your entire skeleton. Your entire skeleton's sitting on your pelvis, right? From this way down and this way down. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it went out, boom, boom, which meant everything went out of line. So my heels became dislocated from my ankles.
Whoa.
It was insane, right?
You were definition of broken.
Yeah, I was broken.
Yeah.
Literally.
I had 2 injections a day, pain injections and, injection in here. And... yeah, really bad. A lot of damage. But, I mean, I think it was worth it. Something beautiful happened. It connected. It was, look, I don't really, I think it doesn't matter what you make or create in this world. It doesn't even matter what you achieve. It matters the intentions with which you do it. Mm. I believe that the only legacy we leave this world, we're obsessed with legacy, right? Mm. Because our life is infinite. Is finite. Mm. And to some people, it is finite. To others, there's an afterlife, but it's still finite, this experience.
Yeah.
So I believe the only legacy we really leave this world is the energy we emit and the vibrations we leave behind. Mm. That's our legacy. And obviously what we give to our children. But what we give to our children is through vibration and energy anyway. So it's once we emit that energy, it's there forever. Mm. It's got nowhere to go. It can't dissipate. It can't dissolve. It's in our universe forever. So our universe is full of thousands of years of energy from human beings, some good, some bad. Mm. And it's a beautiful, powerful thing. And the amazing thing is, We are incredibly powerful beings in an incredibly powerful world, but only when we connect to what is good and right, because that energy out there is not all good. When we connect to what is good and right, there is a power in us that is incredible, that very few of us tap into. And it's light. It's the light. So that's sort of what I feel. And the intention of that painting put out into the world actually had huge effects. Not really just from the painting itself, which did something good, but the amount of charities that called me up after and said, hey, do you know what you've done? It's amazing.
It was for charity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Was
weird thing...
Was that sold for $68,000?
Yeah, 62.
62.
Yeah. So it's...
Millions
Yeah.
US dollars. That's crazy.
But it's not really that, I think, that was the big achievement, actually, because money's money. Comes and goes, right?
Yeah.
And what good's ever done with
But-
it? Yeah, I mean, amazing, right?
$62 million.
I think the thing that is amazing about it is what came off that. So the amount of schools, charities, communities that connected with me and said, do you realize what you've done? And I'm like, well, no, not really. And said, well, you've slightly changed the way the art world is perceived, the model of the art world and the way charities looked at. And you've started a whole load of different people wanting to make a change, wanting to do good, wanting to raise money, wanting to do good through art. And which is cool. That made me like really happy.
Yeah.
Bless.
No, 100%.
The weird thing about that, right? Really weird, is that I've forgotten what the weird thing is. But what is the weird thing? It's what was it? The good. Oh yeah, right. Okay, here it is. So the art world, up until that moment, there's very, very, very little of artists, auction houses, galleries doing charitable things with art. Okay, there was very little. There was very little like an exhibition where 80% of the money or 100% of the money or even 20% of the money was going to go to a charitable cause. There was very little of that. And now, since that, there is not one art project you will see out in the world that hasn't got a charitable element.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's really cool.
how severe
Even
it was.
clothing now.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's
Exactly.
not all because of that.
No.
But that definitely was a catalyst to some change of consciousness, I think.
So you speak a lot about charities.
Yeah.
It seems very close to your heart. Do you have anything in particular, like
Yes.
that you maybe
Yeah,
ask?
definitely. Children, always.
Yeah.
Our greatest gift we're ever given is our childhood. It's the greatest gift we're given. But it's the first thing in life we're taught or encouraged to move on from. I tell my own daughter, you're growing up. We encourage children to grow up, to move away from childhood into adulthood. In reality, as adults, we should concentrate all the power we have on keeping the child alive inside
Yeah.
us
I
forever.
totally agree. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
our magic. That's our power.
Yeah.
So, and sadly, there are hundreds of millions of children in the world suffering beyond belief,
Yeah.
particularly right now, as
Yeah,
we all
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So I work a lot with orphaned refugees, mental health. Mental health's a big one right now. And the next generation, I mean, they are going to be a mess by the time they're 16.
No.
Yeah.
And there's no way
Proper.
we can stop that. They are in trouble, right?
Lord have
Yeah.
mercy.
The 4-year-olds now are in trouble.
Yeah.
So, So I work a lot with mental health, children's charities, but also terminal illness. Cancer is close to my heart. We've all got people in our families who have
Yeah.
suffered. We've all had that experience. So
Yeah.
that's something I work with a lot. And, orphaned refugees, because when you see these little kids, right, and they have nothing, they have comparatively very little, no home, no parents, not much hope of change in their life in front of them. Often, no drinking water, very little drinking water, food, very little, and yet the love they have in their heart,
Yeah.
the
They're
light
pure.
in their eyes,
Yeah.
it puts us all to shame, right?
Yeah.
So when you meet them, it really has an effect. And if you can help them,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
But the thing with charity that I think people don't understand is you can't, when you do charitable work, it has to be for you.
Yeah.
It has to be, because otherwise it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So I do it because it makes me feel amazing. It improves my life. It enhances me as a human being, and even enhances my work as an artist. Then it's sustainable, because then I can keep doing it. I get something back, and I'm giving something back, and that is a sustainable thing. I can do it forever. If you're pretending to be all altruistic, and I'm doing this for the sake of others, and I'm sacrificing myself, that actually is nonsense. You don't. If you sacrifice yourself, there's no sustainability in that. And it becomes...
You're going to burn out as well.
Yeah,
Like,
and you become a bit... You do it with the wrong energy.
Yeah.
You do it with a bit of resentment and a bit of martyrdom. And,
Yeah.
and that's not
maybe
good.
a show off as well.
Yeah,
I
a lot
feel
of
like
ego.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I see all the bracelets as well. That's
Do you?
all
Do you
the
see those?
rose quartz,
I see your right
all the
arm.
energy and yeah.
It's good.
Colors.
Yeah. Oh, you've got the pinks.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
my 2-year-old, 3-year-old nephew.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So mine's there. That's my little girls.
Aww.
Yeah, crystals and stones and
That's it.
yeah.
That's it.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I think it's very beautiful that you shared this about charity, because I do agree, and we spoke about this before as well, that the fact that a lot of even clothing brands today, not just like art, like painters, but a lot of companies today, they want to give a part of their themselves, but also their business and what they do to charities. And as we speak, there's a lot of things going on right now. We're all aware of that. So
I think people have to now, because there's been a slight change of consciousness in people.
yeah.
And sadly, some of these companies are doing it because
they have
good
to.
strategy.
Exactly.
Others are doing it because they really care. But
Yeah.
either way, at least they're doing it, right? At least there's some change,
Exactly.
which is good.
Exactly. So just on that, on your Instagram, for example, people can follow they can see your paintings. They can see that you do work for example, you work with Rolls-Royce. You don't post about it a lot, about, for example, the charities that you do.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that? Do you
Because people are very cynical. They love, you know what the world's like. They love to hate. They love to criticize. They love to think, oh, why is he doing? Oh. So when I was younger, yeah, sure, I'd shout about everything I did. I'd be like, look at me, I'm amazing. I'm a lot older than you think, probably now. So I've been through a journey.
Yeah.
I was a complete dick when I was 17, 18, up to probably when I was about 25. I was a complete wally. Like most blokes, right?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Blokes we grow up when we're 40.
Yeah.
Sometimes not till we're
That's
45.
Stressful. So
We're complete idiots till we're in our 40s. So I was a bit of an idiot. And I think I've learned through that journey. And I'm quite I do things through intention now. So I hope I do everything through intention.
Yeah.
I hope. And if that reflects in my Instagram, that's nice.
So
If you think that's true.
I remember. Do you remember when we met at that beach club?
Yeah.
Where me and my friends were literally just
Me and my
spitting the tea.
friends.
Yeah, me and my friends.
This one was spitting
Oh
some.
my days. It was horrible.
She was in her, that
Yeah.
guy.
We were having issues.
She was like a girl from the hood.
Oh
She was
my
like,
God.
I take
I
him
went
down.
to a roadman issue there.
Yeah.
And then this guy, he was literally
I just
like,
chipped in. I was like,
he was like, oh my God, like there's so much drama here. The next beer's on me. And I was like,
It's like,
I
it's
had
not
to.
you, but I love it.
yeah.
well, this one was holding court. There were like all these girls, and she was like, man, I take him down. And just
Like, who even is
yeah.
this?
Who is it? Who does he think he is? Like flicking the hair. It was
Raging.
yeah.
Raging.
Oh.
It was good.
But then I remember, because I didn't know who you were at that point, because
Yeah.
I'm really in my own bubble, shock. So I
Yeah.
don't know who anyone is, which is sometimes
always
a
good.
big problem as well. So anyways, I remember I was seeing your Instagram and I was like, what's going on? And then it's Sharon, Will Smith, and I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? And then my friend kept talking. I was like, bro, this is mad.
This
What's
is not
going
your
on?
everyday neighbor.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's happening? Yeah. So I was thinking, like, do you get starstruck?
No. Definitely not.
A little
There's
bit.
one guy. No, I definitely don't. Because I don't. Because I see. It's a bit weird.
You see the energy and you're like, nah.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Disgusting.
yeah, that is pretty much the reason.
Really?
But also, okay, there's two reasons. One, because I see, I mean, it sounds really naff, but I see color aura, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see the status of the human. I see the color aura. And that's how I'll treat them based on that. So,
Okay.
but there are lots of reasons here. But my dad, one thing he taught me was to treat the king of the country and the janitor in the loo exactly the same.
Yeah,
They
same.
both deserve the same love and respect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I've sort of taken that with me, and it's something I think that's so important and has such a big effect in everything about you and everything around you, more than you realize, if you do that. And we think we do that, and we don't. And here, sadly, we're really not doing that.
Yeah.
Taxi drivers are treated terribly. Waiters are treated, guys sweeping the streets. And it's horrible to see. And the king and the guy sweeping the street, they are no different to me. They're human beings. And it's about the intentions with which that guy sweeps the street and the intentions with which that guy runs the country. That's what matters. And that's what I see. And I think I'm glad and I feel really blessed and lucky. That That's what I see. But I was also quite weirdly lucky in one way, I guess. When I was 20, my first ever exhibition, I did an exhibition in London. And Madonna rocks up, Guy Ritchie rocks up, Kevin Spacey, who at the time hadn't fallen from grace. He was a big deal there. And like all these full on A-listers.
But
like
you knew
Kate
who they
Moss,
were.
Blah blah blah. I knew who they were, but I didn't invite them. Do you know what I mean?
invited these
I was
people?
a 20-year-old kid, and in
yeah.
walks Madonna into my exhibition. I'm like,
That's
what?
madness.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was a bit like, whoa.
Yeah.
But then from then on, I haven't been affected because of that. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the only guy I've been starstruck by is
Bless
Nelson
you.
Mandela.
If you did
That
it.
He's the only guy.
Wow.
I like felt
Okay, what color did he have?
wobbly purple, like a beautiful, like that purple in the corner, purpley pink glow. Just the most beautiful human being I've ever seen or felt in my life. Like he had vibrations coming off him that were of a higher frequency. Insane.
That is amazing. It's not.
Because I feel frequencies, and his insane. Like compare him to all these other, the gurus around. This man, he stopped one of the biggest civil wars in history. The potential biggest civil war in history between the whites and the blacks after he was released. That could have been horrific.
Yeah.
He stopped it through intention,
Yeah.
through love.
Yeah.
He stopped it through love, compassion, understanding, embrace. He embraced human beings, humanity. He forgot about color, race, whatever the hell it is. It was incredible what that guy did. And you feel it, you felt it in his...
If there's a person that you would want to meet, who would that be?
Oh, there's
Other
a
than us,
few.
of course.
There's a few of them. They'd be actually Van Gogh.
Oh, yeah?
I say it wrong. How do you guys say it?
Van
Gogh.
Gogh. Van Gogh.
Oh, no, you're
Yeah,
not
I would
Dutch.
say
I
no.
keep thinking you're Dutch. You're Danish. Okay.
I would say Van Gogh.
Yeah,
That's how we
that's
say
it.
it.
That's
Yeah.
how they say it.
Oh,
Is
Thanks.
it?
Yes.
Oh, but to be fair, like Danish and Dutch is quite similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. Okay, that's how you do it.
Okay.
So I say Van Gogh, which is totally wrong. I'd love to meet him. Da Vinci, Michelangelo,
Yeah?
Hemingway. Who's the amazing American writer? Mark Twain. He's pretty amazing. Guys like that.
Okay.
There's a movie called Midnight in Paris, which is one of my favorite movies. And it's a guy and a girl, and they meet, and he goes back in time to the late 19th century, 1890, right? The time of Hemingway, Van Gogh, Cézanne, all those guys, Picasso, and he meets all these. It's an amazing movie. So that I'd love.
That you'd love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's my era, 1890, round about there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, up till 1920. Then it all goes horribly wrong. Well, about 1914 it went a bit wrong. But yeah.
Then we lost it. We dropped the ball.
Then we really lost. We went mad,
yeah.
right?
It's like, let's
Yeah.
fight and do something.
Let's
and then
fight. Mind you, the Danes did a bit of that before.
we kind of took charge of that for a little
Yeah.
while. Yeah, 100%. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's cool. The Viking movies, I love.
They're so
I'd love
sick.
to have met one
You
of
know
those guys,
Ivor?
maybe.
You know Ivor Boneless?
Yeah, is he the main guy?
He's the one with no legs. Boneless.
no.
Yeah, he's
I haven't
Danish.
seen him yet.
Have
I've
you-
watched
what do you
all
mean?
the stuff, but maybe not the right stuff.
Have you not seen Vikings?
Is he not? Is he in Vikings?
Yeah.
Is he
he's the
carried
one.
around on a thing?
Yeah, he's crawling because his legs are not
Oh,
working.
him,
Ivor
yes.
the Boneless.
Yeah, but isn't he like a witch? Is he the one who has the power? Oh,
No.
I get so.
I
there's
think
so
you're
many
thinking of
these.
like Game of Thrones or something.
Maybe. Yeah, he gets carried around. Yeah. There's so many of these
Because
programs.
the Vikings, like the series Vikings,
Yeah.
is like
What's
as
the one
how
with the
it
hot
would be.
blonde girl with the cool plait?
Vikings.
Yeah. And the guy who's very cool with the hairstyle. That's the hairstyle I'd like. With the Mohican down the back.
Is that not the
Am I
same
getting
show? or
confused
what?
again?
No. Maybe.
I like the whole Viking
Yeah,
thing.
the Viking vibe is
It's a good
It's a
vibe.
vibe,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
They had a mission.
Yeah.
And intentions.
And the plaited hair, they had intention.
They
man.
had
Wow.
intentions.
They could not be criticised for their lack of intention.
I mean, dedication.
yeah. We're going to sail the North
and
Sea. We're going to
intention.
attack the Brits. We're going to take the land.
Yeah.
They knew what
Honestly.
they were doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
the
then-
Brits, they had it coming anyway. The English.
They were just there with the little crosses
Yeah.
and the monk
Their little crosses.
and the monk dresses or whatever they were doing.
They didn't know what had hit them.
Nah,
right?
I know. Building little towers and that. And then the Vikings came
Came
in.
along like, guys,
Yeah.
no.
They're like, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Okay.
that's funny.
Pause.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
So, just to wrap this up,
Yeah.
we would like to play a quick game with you,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Okay.
So it's called This or That. So it's
Okay,
basi-
nice. I
pretty
like
much
it already.
self-explained. So we're just gonna give you two options, and then you're just gonna pick.
This or that.
Yes. So let's start with UAE or England.
Wait, what's this on that?
Like,
This
just
is
have
the
to
first
prefer.
one you say, and that is the second.
No.
Or I choose
You
one.
choose one.
It's not that complicated.
It's not. That.
Do you know
He's
what?
like,
My
"Wait,
mind
what?"
is fully embracing the whole Viking thing right now. I can't.
Yeah, I know.
You're
He's,
still
Alright.
stuck on that.
he's painting it
Oh,
somewhere.
man, I am gone in the Viking world.
Oh, it's
okay.
class.
That both, but you wanted me to give one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say both.
At the moment, UAE.
Okay. Fair enough.
There you go.
Football or F1?
Neither.
Neither.
Both stupid. They're both so stupid.
Fair enough. Burgers or pizza?
Burgers,
Okay. Cats or dogs?
dogs. My God.
Oh, do you have a dog?
Yeah, 6.
What?
6 dogs.
Go on then.
Yeah,
Go with a mission.
proper dogs.
No music or no movie?
No movie.
Going blind or going deaf?
Oh, wow. Deaf.
Okay. Live in the city or live on an island?
Island. Every time. A Viking island.
Get me out.
Beach club or nightclub?
Beach club.
Van Gogh
Yeah.
or Salvador Dali?
Oh, Van Gogh every time. Dali was a joke. Sorry.
Step.
Joke. Sorry. Ah,
Picasso or Da Vinci?
Da Vinci every time.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Texting or calling?
Calling.
And last one, driving or passenger prince?
Definitely driving.
Okay.
Not a good passenger. I'm like not a good passenger.
Are you the one that criticized the driver?
Absolutely. I hold on like this. I'm freaking out. I'm looking in the wing mirrors. I hate it. I drive. Yeah, that guy. You know the guy that does that. Oh.
Do you do this one?
When I'm driving and the person is leaning over, I'm like, dude, I can't see your wing mirror when you're doing that.
Yeah.
But I do that.
Yeah, you're one of them.
I'm that.
Yeah.
guy.
No, I get
Oh,
that.
okay.
My mom is always so dramatic.
Yeah,
She's
my
like,
mum freaks out when I drive. Yeah.
and then I'm like,
It's
Jesus.
because they drive so slowly, though.
Yeah. It's like, my dad is actually slower than my mum, but he's
Yeah.
got like a fast car. Where
Okay,
you like,
but drives it.
why
at-
are you going so slow?
Yeah.
Like, come
50
on now.
kilometers. Yeah, mum's
Yeah.
like that.
All right. Well, I think we need to wrap it up, but it was amazing to have you here.
Bang on, look at that.
I
As that's
know.
hitting the. Wow, well done.
I know. We're
So good to see you guys. Really
so
Ah, it
good
fun.
was
to see you.
amazing.
We really wish we had more time.
That's
Yeah.
my
We could-
fault.
Like
We'll
this
do
is
another episode 2. We'll do a.
Yeah, we do a
part
second
two.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But can we focus more on the Vikings next time?
Yes.
Yeah.
We would do like maybe this or that with the Vikings. So you
Brilliant.
can pick
I've got to start
characters.
watching it again because I'm
have to.
clearly confused.
You are
Yeah.
confused. You're in like Game of Thrones for a
Who's the
second.
guy that their god? The
And
main-
you asking me?
Yeah.
Like, I have
The
no
main
idea
guy.
who no one.
Yeah, it begins with T.
Oh, no. What?
Norden, Thorden. What's?
No, Ragnar.
Yeah, no, there's another guy.
Oh,
Okay, don't worry.
I think there's a few of them.
Cool to see you guys.
Yeah.
Well, good to see you, and thank you for coming. And we really hope to see you again soon.
That'd be good.
All
I'd love
right.
it.
Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Oh, over there. Bye. I was looking here.